Hey everybody, today we're going to go through Stage at a very basic level to get you up and running in it very quickly. What I'm going to be showing you today is Stage 2023.3, and it's in beta right now, but it'll be coming out very soon. So some of this will be different than previous versions of Stage that you'll see, and some of it will change in future versions, but the gist of it is the same. What we want to do is get you up to speed as quickly as possible and let you get into Stage and start creating amazing animations and visuals and doing everything that you would love to do. So let's jump in real quick and talk about the menu at the beginning here. The menu system is meant to be really easy. I'm just going to maximize my screen here so you can see it. The menu system sits right here in the top left corner, this hamburger menu, and when you open it up, it just has a few different options. Now, this is meant on purpose. This is so that it's not super confusing, it's very easy to use, and you'll be able to go exactly where you need to go when you're trying to do certain things. So in this menu, you have open model, you have the ability to change scenes, download new ones, create lighting and pick from different lighting scenarios, your animations that you create, sessions, we'll talk about those later, which is basically a snapshot of everything going on in Stage, your render menu, camera settings, view presets, downloadable content or DLC, settings, and then the ability to quit and log out. So these are really all the options you need to get going in Stage, and we'll talk about each one of these independently, but just so you know, all of your options are right here for you inside of Stage. Now let's talk about the interface really quick. The thing that we want to do in the interface is you'll notice you have these expandable menus. Now, once again, this is all in beta, so some things may change. But you have these expandable menus that show and hide here. If you click on the bar, they show. This is kind of your outliner or your scene content that shows me right now I've got a light rig inside of my scene. I can just show it and you'll see what it is. Okay. But other than that, anything you have in the scene will show up here in the scene content, and then it will show the properties down here. So this is really all you need to really get going inside of here. So now let's talk about settings in Stage. If you want to go to settings, first thing you do is go to the menu and then go to settings right here, or hit the S on the keyboard. Now, in this settings panel, you have a few different things that you need to look at. These tabs right here, there's graphics and input. With graphics, it's all the options that you have for quality settings, graphics settings. We'll go into this in more detail later. But all your graphics options are here. You can pick your window size, your resolution scale, max FPS, what type of color space you're using, all kinds of stuff in here. All this information down here is how high quality the viewport is. If I'm on a lower end machine, it will auto detect that, and then it will auto set to whatever my machine might need. So that's nice. Some of these in here you can test and turn them on and off. If you don't have things like these Lumen hardware ray tracing or reflection or ray trace shadows or anything like this, it's usually because your video card doesn't support it. And so just be aware and take a look in there and see what you can do with that. In the Input tab, this allows you to see all the keystrokes that are available to you inside a Stage, and you can set those to whatever you want. So for settings, all I would do is click in here, and then let's say I want it to be, the question mark, right, or the // So that's what it does right there. So I can come in and I can change everything. I could go back to that one and say like Shift P. That's my settings there. So really easily I can change it to whatever I want, and then I can just reset it to defaults like this. So that's really all you need to know about settings. And you go ahead and play with these, and you can figure out like which ones work best for me. I'll come back in here just real quick. One thing, a trick that you can find is that if you're noticing that your viewport is slowed down because it's too hard on your hardware, you can always reduce the resolution scale to something like 50%, and it will dramatically increase the speed of your viewport. Now, keep in mind though that that's just for the viewport. If you want to render, you need to kick it back up to 100%. But that's a key to making it a little bit faster. But go ahead and play with these, figure out what works for you, what you like with them. I mean, even stuff like this, like the scale of the UI, I could change it down to like 70%. Now it's even smaller, but I'll just keep it up at 100%. So go ahead and play with these, play with the keyboard or the inputs for the keybinds, and that should be good.